greatest gladiator match in the history of the world. God versus man.
How's it going, everybody? Today I'm going to be reviewing the new film directed by Zack Snyder, the follow-up to Man of Steel, and my number 2 on my most anticipated movies of the year of 2016, behind Rogue One. That is Batman v Superman: Dawn of Justice. It's finally here. It's out. We can watch it. I saw the film. Does it live up to the hype? Should I be worried because of the whole 37% on Rotten Tomatoes? I've seen reactions from it's not very good at all, to it's great, to it's somewhere in the middle of the road. And my overall reaction coming out of this movie is I loved it. I loved every minute of it. I mean, not every minute. I loved a lot of it. I don't know. It's just such a great comic book film. It's very comic booky. There's a lot of references to the comic books in this film. But I don't know, as a fan, I loved it. Now, that's not to say the movie's without flaws, and it's not to say that my movie rating will be a lot lower than my enjoyment rating, because there is flaws in this movie, but the thing is, the flaws, I can recognize them, but they didn't take away from my enjoyment. So I just want to be clear with that. This is just my opinion of it. I'm not just being the DC fanboy. I mean, I am a little biased. I love Batman, but I don't know. It's just, I loved this movie. I had so much fun with it. We'll start with one of the big question marks, Ben Affleck as Batman. He crushes it. I think he's better than Christian Bale. Some of the fight scenes, like the one that's shown in the third trailer, where he's taking a whole bunch of dudes on, and he's just kicking their ass. It's awesome. It's some of the best fighting. It reminded me of playing the Batman Arkham games. I loved every minute of it. As for some of these side characters, Jesse Eisenberg, I can see people not liking him. I can see it. It didn't necessarily bother me because I don't have all these strong loyalties to the character of Lex Luthor. I'm not the hugest Superman fan in the world. I mean, I like him in the movies, but I'm just saying, like, way back with comic books and all that stuff, and I'm not like the giant diehard Superman fan. So with Lex Luthor, sure, they're taking a different take on him, and I didn't hate it at all. I also like the tie-ins to Man of Steel when Ben Affleck, as Bruce Wayne, is just running into the battle, and he sees the whole destruction of Metropolis. I love all those tie-ins. It's great. The whole Batman backstory that you kind of get is awesome. There's still some unanswered questions we don't quite know yet, which I like as well, opening up for future movies. But yeah, all the Batman stuff is great. Another big question mark was Gal Gadot as Wonder Woman. It's hard for me to get or read. She doesn't have the most amount of lines in the movie, so it's hard for me to tell how she's going to do actually in the standalone movie, but her action scenes are great. You kind of get the chills when she comes on screen. I kind of wish they hadn't shown that actually in the trailer. Now, I was on board with it when I saw the trailer. I was one of those guys who liked it. Now, seeing the movie, I wish they hadn't kind of shown it. But either way, it's a great moment when she does eventually fight and come on screen. Some of the negatives of the film, though, not necessarily for me, but okay, so there's a lot of references and setup done for Justice League, and I can see they are forced into the movie. They're very forced into the movie. It kind of interrupts the flow of the movie. That being said, when they showed up, I got excited. But I can see people, again, it does interrupt the flow of the movie. There's a lot of just cutaways to random stuff when you're just getting involved with it, and I can see that being a negative. Again, didn't necessarily, because when they went to the things, it was cool, but it's weird. The whole editing and pacing of the film is slightly off, because you'll get invested with something, and it'll cut away to something else, and it'll cut to this other side story, and it'll cut to this other side story, and then back to the main story. So it's very choppy and doesn't quite flow together. But like I said, it didn't take away from the overall enjoyment for me. Another one of my negatives, though, is also the character of Lois Lane in this film. I'm not going to go into spoiler territory, but there's this stuff that happens with her that just feels repetitive, and it gets old, basically. By the end of the movie, you're like, again, where are you going here? Okay, but also, my one last negative, though, is that there is multiple endings to this movie. It kind of just feels like, and the movie could wrap up here. Oh, wait, no, there's more. Okay, it could wrap up here. No, wait, there's still some more. Okay. No, there's a little bit more. Okay, now it's over. There's multiple endings, so just keep that in mind. Fight scenes are great. The visuals are great. The acting was pretty great for the most part. Like I said, Ben Affleck's awesome. Henry Cavill, again, he's great as Superman. I liked him in Man of Steel. I like him in this movie as well. I was a fan of Man of Steel. I know some people weren't, but yeah. So with all that said, I give Batman v Superman a movie rating of a 7 out of 10. Again, there are flaws in this movie, and I understand where they're coming from. And there's pacing issues, there's some story issues, some character issues, but didn't take away from my enjoyment, so that's why my enjoyment rating is a 9.5 out of 10. I loved it. I'm going again to see this tomorrow night, Thursday night. So again, I'm super stoked to watch it again, pick up on maybe some more references. I'm looking forward to where it goes forward. I love this movie start to finish. So let me know in the comment section below whether you're looking forward to this movie or not, or if you did see it, if you liked it, if you didn't like it, what you liked about it, what you didn't like about it. I understand all sides of this one. It's going to be a very divisive film, and I totally get that. But again, be sure to like this video and subscribe to my channel for more videos each and every week. That is it, and I will talk to y'all later.